Hi friends, welcome back to my channel, or hello if you are new. Today we're going to do a home tour of our new construction build home. If you are new to my channel, we moved in at the end of last November, so we've been in it a few months now. We're getting nice and settled. I've been slowly decorating and designing all of the rooms. So today I'm going to show you the rooms that I have finished so far in our home. I'm going to start with the main living areas like the dining room, the entryway, living, kitchen, a few bathrooms, and then I just finished my little boy's bedrooms. I'll show that as well. I'm going to walk through the design process of each of these rooms and kind of what I have in mind for styling. So without further ado, make sure to like this video. If you enjoy it, don't forget to subscribe, and let's get right on into the home tour. We're starting off in the entryway. This is right off of our front porch, and I styled this area with this beautiful sideboard from Castlery. Thank you to Castlery for sponsoring today's video. If you are new to Castlery, it is a direct-to-consumer retailer that designs and produces furniture to thrive in, creating spaces that make you feel good and connect with the people you bring into it. And we have filled our home with Castlery furniture, and we absolutely love it. So I'm excited to show you those pieces today. I love this sideboard. It is great for storing linens and things for the dining room. But on top of this piece, I have some books, a candle, I have some vases, an olive plant, and then this lamp that I just love. It ties in all of these warm, earthy textures and colors. And then I have this big landscape art picture on top of it, and everything just flows nicely together. I love the pops of greens and blues, but this sideboard is the star of the show. On the other side of the entryway, we have our dining room. It's a very open floor plan, and we have our dining room table. We have two captain chairs on the ends, as well as some black chairs. I like the mixture of the two. I have this very large pot with some greenery inside of it for a big statement piece on the dining room table. I also have this really neutral runner and two candlesticks, and I also have our black hutch, which really ties in well with the black chairs and the black windows, and I'm able to store extra plates and bowls and stuff in there. So here's an overall look of the dining room. I love how it all came together. We do have to move our light down still, so there are always going to be projects in the works. But now let's check out the living room. Here's what it's looking like currently, and if you guys haven't noticed, our new leather chairs, these are also from Castlery, and I am obsessed with them. Fun fact, our white couches are also from there, so I will have links for all of these furniture pieces down below, but I am obsessed with my Castlery pieces. They are wonderful quality pieces. They're easy to put together. The shipping is great. This leather is soft and it's comfortable. It's not cold. I love the mid-century modern look, and it's held up its shape really well. We also have had our couches since November, and we did have them in the last house as well, and they've held up great. So I'm loving them. They're easy to clean, and it just really warms up the space in our living room. We also brought in some wood tones with the mantle and our floating shelves, this end table. I have a book on there with a magnifying glass. We have some poofs for some extra seating underneath the fireplace, but here's how I have the open shelves styled on either side of the fireplace. I knew I wanted to have an area that I could put decor in, so I have things like vases, pictures that I've layered together. I love books, displaying them on the shelves, candlesticks. I have plants, faux plants in particular. I also have this old adding machine that pulls in that green tone. I love to just create little vignettes on these shelves with pictures and containers, plants, and then I have some personalized picture frames as well. And then we did go with cedar for our mantle, and I have some greenery up on there. And we did a board and batten fireplace and an electric fireplace, and it's worked out great. Here is the other side that we have styled. I move this decor around all the time, so I'm constantly switching out the greenery and the books. So it changes from time to time because I'm constantly redecorating other rooms and pulling decor, but it all flows really nicely because it's all in the same color scheme and textures and tones. But like I said, we wanted our floor plan to be really open, so we ended up extending the walls and just making everything extra open. That way our living room and dining room and kitchen all flow together really nicely. And all of these things were DIY projects that my husband, Taylor, and my dad did. So now let's check out the kitchen. This is on the opposite side of the living room. As you can see, we added an arch, which I'm so happy we did, going into a hallway. And then here's the rest of the kitchen, and I love how it turned out. We went with the cafe appliances that are white and they have brass hardware on them. We also went with some upper cabinets that have glass in them so you can see through, which I also am really happy with. And then we had these go all the way up to the ceiling. And then we also have some floating shelves on the wall that the sink is on. So here's how I have them styled. I like to pull in vases, teapots, cake stands, cookbooks, candles. I also love to add lighting into a kitchen, so adding a lamp on the counter is really cozy. So that's what I have in the kitchen. I also love adding faux plants all throughout my home, just to add a little pop of greenery and life, especially in those in-between seasons where you're not really decorating for summer yet. It's not fall or winter necessarily, so I love faux plants for that little pop of life. Now for the other side of the floating shelves, we have two sets. I like to store our glassware, vases, pitchers. And then again, I like to have cake stands and cookbooks, and I love to create little vignettes. So adding in things like artwork and vases and diffusers even are a great way to do so. So this one is pretty much decor and practical kitchen items. Then for the other side, where I do most of my cooking, on either side of the stove, I like to keep this area pretty minimal and practical. So I have some things like candles and vases. These are further away from the stove, so it's not going to take up a whole lot of countertop space. It's also very small, but I love how these textures really warm up the space. I also love having a crock full of wooden spoons next to the stove that I can reach for while I'm cooking. And I do have this little bar above the stove with a basket and some cutting boards and a hot pad. I do take this down whenever I'm cooking, but I love the way it looks and just all the warmth and old world feel that it gives the kitchen. I feel like it really makes a difference. I have this old tea kettle pot that pulls in some copper, and again, a little bit of that old world look in a new kitchen. I also have this cookbook stand that I always have out. This is so handy for cooking. I do have a few cookbooks that I love to use, so this is great to have it right next to the stove. And then we did bring in some natural elements like clay pots, and we have the brass handles throughout the entire kitchen. I'll link the exact ones that I have down below. They match the cafe appliances pretty well. And then on the other side of the kitchen next to the refrigerator, we have more open shelving. I like that look, so we decided to go with extra open shelving on either side of the kitchen. And I just have some containers, some wooden bowls, different vessels and vases, and some artwork, some bowls, just some different things that are pretty, that serve as decor in the kitchen. And I just love all the textures and how it really warms up the space. So this is what it's looking like right now in between seasons, but it will change for Christmas and fall and summer. So stay tuned for lots of decorating videos. It's been really fun to style up these shelves. And then I also keep my flour and sugar in canisters next to my KitchenAid mixing bowl. That way it's just accessible. For my island, I keep it very simple. I have this large vase full of some greens, some candlesticks, and that's about it. This is not really in the way, and I can always move it if I need to, so it's worked out really well. And I also love our bar stools. They're a wooden color that match our range hood, so I will link them as well, but I'm super happy with our kitchen and the design of it. And I've done some organizing, so I'll link some of my kitchen organization videos down below in case you are interested. But this is definitely the heart of the home. This is where we congregate. This is where we're at most of the time, and it's the first room when you come out of the garage. So this is our main area, and I'm so happy with how it turned out. Okay, now let's check out Brooks's room. Brooks is my 5-year-old son, and I just finished his room, and it was so much fun to design. We did this fun board and batten accent wall, and then I did a wildlife theme. So I've got these 2 posters above his dresser, which is also a Castlery find. This is the Zeb 6-drawer dresser, and I love it. It has velvet lined drawers. It's very sturdy. It's a nice solid piece of furniture that is going to grow with him for a very long time. And I also love the black hardware on it. So such a really nice quality piece of furniture. And then we also added some personal touches to his room by adding his name above the bed. We added some sconces in here, and I just love how it all came together. I brought in some touches like antlers for that wildlife feel. Can't have too many faux plants, so I did add a few of those, but I love his room and all of the textures. And in the video showing his room transformation, I showed how I store his Legos, and I created this little table here. I painted it. It used to be like a wood color but had seen better days, so I painted it to give it a fresh look, created this gallery wall. And everything came out really nicely, so I'm so excited about his room. It feels so good having it done. It was definitely a project I had in mind for the first of this year. All right, now moving on to the kids' bathroom. This was a really fun area to design in our home. We ended up going with wood flooring throughout this bathroom, and we did white cabinets from the same company that we got our kitchen cabinets from. It was called Nelson Cabinetry, and we ordered everything online, and we put them together. It all was great quality wood, and then we have quartz countertops on top, and then I've styled it up just a little bit, adding some stands, a diffuser. I have some washcloths folded up, of course some faux plants, but I'm so glad that we splurged on this quartz countertop because I feel like it really does give a nicer look, and it's going to wear really nicely throughout the years. We did add arched mirrors, and I went with sconces in between each mirror. I do want to switch out the light bulbs for something a little more old looking, but for now this is fine. We also went with black accents, so we did black faucets and hardware, and I pulled in some black decor because I feel like this is good for boys or girls since we have Brooks and Breland. Can add other colors to this very neutral room as they get older if they want, but I do have this wicker laundry basket, and then we went with white subway tile with black grout in here, and we also went with a smaller toilet just because it is a kid's bathroom. It's not like a tiny one or anything, but it is a little bit shorter than the other ones we have in our house. And I have this organizer that holds all of their stuff, and it also has a little hook to hang Breland's bathtub in. And then we went with a larger style tub for their bathroom. It's very large, definitely bigger than our last house, so it's good for Brooks, and it'll be good for him as he gets older. And then it's also good for Breland. And then there's a little linen closet in there as well. And yeah, I love this bathroom so much. Now let's head into the master bathroom, and I'll show you what it looks like. This was also really fun to design. For our bathroom, I wanted more color in here, so we ended up painting our cabinets the Sherwin-Williams iron ore, and we also have a big freestanding tub. It's like a soaker tub that I just love. We have these double doors that open up into the bathroom from our master bedroom, so I love that we can leave these open and see the tub in here. It's just so relaxing and peaceful. and I use our bathtub more than I thought I would, so I'm super happy that we decided to go with this. And I also added this wicker basket light above the tub, and I feel like this really warms up the space. It also has that black on there that ties in good with the windows, and we did put one light bulb in here, so it wasn't super bright, but I love the oversized look of it and how it feels. And we did go with a little room for the toilet, which I'm really glad that we did so. The flooring is actually a luxury vinyl plank that looks like marble floor, and I'm really happy with it. It's easy to keep clean. I also have these oversized mirrors and these wall sconces. We went with brass hardware in here as well, and I feel like it looks so sharp on the gray. And then we did put the same quartz countertop that we have in our kitchen and the kids' bath in here as well. And it's just a very durable material, and I just am really happy with it. And I love the mixed metal look, so mixing the black with the brass. I always search antique brass when I'm looking for hardware or faucets, and that seems to be the best way to go. I don't like that bright gold look, but I do love just that really nice brass. So we have those, and these lights are dimmable, so that's really nice as well, and they were really affordable. So you can find good deals on lighting for sure. And then we also found good deals on faucets. I thought these had a very vintage look to them, but still leaned towards that transitional style, which I'm drawn to. For our shower, we went with white subway tile, but we laid them Kit Kat style, and we also went with white grout, and then we have a black faucet, and then the floor is the star of the show. I love this little detail tile work. Taylor and my dad did all of the tile for us in the house, so it did save us some money, but I just love the style of this black and white look. I feel like it's very timeless and classic and can go with multiple different styles. And I love that Taylor and I both have our own vanities, so we have our own space. All right, guys, that is it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed coming into our home and seeing all of the areas decorated and styled and the design behind each of the rooms. It's been so much fun getting settled in and getting to just plan out all the rooms. I had so much fun designing Brooks's bedroom. And then I also love our living room. It's nice and open, and it's such a functional place for our family to rest. So I hope you guys get lots of inspiration from this video. Don't forget to check out my other videos if you want to see a complete home series as we went from construction to home in our home build. I'll link that down below. I share the entire process from starting off with just the land and then digging out our basement, doing the basement ourselves, and then moving up to all the last little details. I'm so glad that we're in, and now we are putting the finishing touches on everything. And I'm also excited that it's getting warmer outside, so we can start on those outside projects, like putting cedar on our porches and finishing up everything outside. Also planting grass. Since we did a lot of dirt work, we still just have a ton of dirt outside. So I'm excited to get some grass this spring, hopefully, if not in the summer. So anyway, stay tuned for all of those videos to come. I'm also doing a nursery makeover for our little girl. She's 4 months old, and I'm doing some fun DIY projects in her room. So stay tuned for that. I'm so excited. This video has been in the works for months now. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll probably do an updated home tour in the summer once I finish like our master bedroom and our pantry, our laundry room, just a few other projects that we have in mind. So come back in the summertime and you can see how it looks, and I'll also share the outside as well. Thanks for hanging out with me today, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye, friends.